I said I'll be back. I had to go see the aliens yesterday. I had to go console aliens about Earth conduct. Then I have hold on, wait, where's alien Jesus? I mean, alien Jesus. Alien Jesus! Alien Jesus! Where you at? I had to go talk to him. Hold on, where is he? He's in here somewhere. Jesus, where you at? Jesus! There you go. Alien Jesus, there you go. Alien Jesus! I had to go find him. I had to go confer with him yesterday. Actually, I had a meeting. It wasn't even about that, but I'm gonna make something up. I had to go talk to Alien Jesus about Earth conduct. In the summary of the meeting, stupid is as stupid does. Was not a movie line. It was an alien transmission to a retarded species on an ignorant planet. It wasn't just a funny movie line. You're not supposed to just laugh at it. You're supposed to think about it. Stupid is as stupid does. Stop being stupid. Oh, Alien Jesus had a whole lot to say. He had a mouthful. He said, Republican Jesus ain't real, y'all. He said, Republican Jesus, nope, it's not real. Democrat Jesus, nope, not real. They made it all up. No, Crusader Jesus, no, he wasn't real neither. Hate Muslim Jesus, nope, he's not real. None of those Jesuses are real. They made it all up. They made every last one of them. They made all the Jesuses up. Alien Jesus not happy with y'all. Not happy with y'all. Real multi-dimensional, I don't know, sage Jesus, whatever. I don't know what these things are. Like I said, I don't know nothing. So I met with him yesterday. Had to spend a little time. Stand too close to y'all. I stand y'all a little in the dogma and making stuff up. Y'all, when the lightning bolts, when all that start coming down, I don't want to be around. I've decided lightning bolts are bad for your diet. You're not supposed to eat them. Speaking of that, you're not supposed to eat okra neither. I got attacked yesterday. Did y'all see that? These people are nuts. All I said is I have a preference. Everybody's allowed to have preferences. I said I don't prefer okra. Why can't I not prefer okra? Man, they came for me. Okra thug party group gang members just started ganging up on me yesterday. Where are my anti-okra people at? Y'all supposed to come help me out. They came for me yesterday, y'all. Oh my gosh. They were all grouping up. Okra good is this and put that. They started posting their recipes and pictures and everything. Like, oh, that's just nasty. Oh, you're not supposed to have no okra. But this is probably why you're not supposed to have a DEA either. Man, so y'all don't want me to run nothing. If I was a DEA, I'd schedule one okra. That nasty stuff. It looked like a slug crawled inside of a green pepper that's not ripe. And y'all ate it. It's just nasty. You can't cook the nastiness. It's just slimy like a slug. Ooh, I can't even think about it. Schedule one okra. Schedule one it. We don't need that. That's actually a good point about always letting the people in power make the decisions. How dumb this actually is. We keep going in this stupid direction of, oh, you're in power. You get to tell everybody else how to live. I think that's stupid. I think it's dumb, y'all. I don't think we should do that no more. No, I don't think nothing. I wasn't thinking about it. Alien Jesus said, y'all shouldn't let the people in power run things anymore because the people in power are crazy. Speaking of crazy, hold on. Let's talk about a few things today. I was looking at, oh goodness, oh, where's it at? Uh-oh. I wasn't even prepared. I was looking at a couple things, mostly Cosby. I think I want to talk about Cosby a little bit. Y'all got your Cosby triggers on. Y'all got the Cosby triggers ready to go. I was looking at, what else happened when I was away? I was away seeing a man about a horse, a plantation about a thing, because I live in a forced labor society. And I don't get to have a choice. My choice, my life choice doesn't matter. They say Black lives matter. Listen, white lives matter, blue lives matter. And my choice and my lifestyle, that matters too. I've decided I don't want to live like y'all. I want to be a little different. We live in a crazy world. Got a lot of crazy people running around. But I think we are the monsters. We the monsters! Hey, we're the monsters! Because we like to monster around. We are the monsters, people. We've always been the monsters. We like to blame Cosby. We like to blame the Weinsteins. We like to blame the Mays. We like to blame the Obamas. We like to blame the Clintons. Who else we like to blame? We like to blame the Jeffrey Dahmers. We are the monsters. A little creepy. That's a little, I don't know if I can do this. I don't like clowns. But we are the monsters. We support them. We buy from them. We work for them. We mimic them. We have bank accounts just like them. We have bank accounts with them. We want to fill our bank accounts. This gets back down to the bank account point. We are the first species that can now have a bank account. So we have unlimited greed ability. We have unlimited ability to make monsters and become monsters. We are Cosby. Always been Cosby. Did you not watch the Cosby Show? Did you not watch his comedy specials? Did you not run around the house in your diaper and say, "Dad is great. He gives us chocolate cake"? Did you not? Is it a normal thing? Take a young teenage man or woman and elevate them to the status of a god because you like currency and you like greed. You like to shove money in your bank account for your retirement. Is it a good idea? Did we cause all of this? I think we did. You know, the sailors used to tell stories of the monsters. They saw the monsters in the sea. Came home, told us all these stories. But as bad as those monsters were, eating all the sailors in the ships, the Krakens, even the Greek and the Atlanteans told of those stories, the Egyptians. All of those monsters, they didn't have bank accounts. They just had bellies. They just wanted to eat the ship, you know, chew on the little chewy inside like some nasty okra. Eat some dirty sailors. That's all they wanted to do. But we elevated Cosby. We elevate the Weinsteins. We watched the movies. We allowed greed society to go on. We allow psychopaths to continue to run the world. We still vote for the psychopathic parties that do. We cheer the leaders. And you know what? I gotta be honest with you though. I actually feel sorry to a degree for Cosby. Because we put him there. We let the society, we orchestrate the society that allowed it. We vote for all the leaders, all the laws, and we decide all these things, and we go along with it pridefully in our own little individual bigotries. We put them there. We put the Weinsteins there. We put the Clintons there. We put the Obamas there. We put the Trumps there. I kind of feel sorry for him. Y'all see Trump at the UN speech? I felt sorry for him. I did. I can't look at a picture of Cosby and look at him with his eye slits because he's blind, but he's legally blind, 80-some years old, got a 3 to 10 year sentence. That's life. That man will die in prison. I'm not going to get into whether or not that's justice. I don't really care about your justice, to be honest with you. I don't. I care about preventing more Cosbys, preventing more Weinsteins, preventing more Putins, preventing more Obamas, preventing more Trumps, preventing more Clintons, preventing more Yemens, preventing more Gaza. Will somebody step up who has a sentient country with some sentient human beings with warm blood anywhere in their bodies, fund UNRWA? You don't see what they're doing? It's a psychopath world. They know if they can starve the Palestinians the same way they starve people in the trailer parks in America, same way they starve people in the Congo and the ghettos and the barrio, they can make them monsters. They know they can do it. When you starve your people, you get an army. Because people do anything for food. When you starve your neighbor, you get a revolution. And that's what they want. That's why they're starving Iran, starving Palestine. But we are the Cosbys. We are the monsters, people. We support the society. We're all one. But we like to blame. We like to blame other people. Why do we like to blame other people? I kind of think maybe it makes us feel good about ourselves. It makes us feel better in our own little monstrous lifestyle, slavery supporting, forced labor, happiness. Think about the insanity of it all. I think about the first one. Why did all this happen? We elevated him. We did our part. She did her part. She didn't tell on him. And if she did, would we even haven't listened? No, probably not. Maybe, I don't know, second woman, third woman. Nobody told on her. Why? Because we worship our betters. We worship the elites. They're gods in our eyes. We are Cosby. We're not changing anything. We're not changing anything. We are the monsters. We like to point and find monsters. The left is the monster. The right is the monster. The blacks are the monsters. The whites are the monsters. The immigrants are the monsters. China is the monster. The Palestinians are the monsters. The Jews are the monsters. We are the monsters. We support it. We keep it going. We cheer it. I can't help to feel sorry for the monsters, y'all, with who y'all say are the monsters. I can't. As a kid, I was a Boy Scout. We used to go to, I don't know, we had an old people merit badge. What was that? Any Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts here? What did we have? We had something, was it an old people merit badge? I forgot what merit badge it was. You had to have a merit badge. You had to go to the old folks' home, and we had to play checkers and chess with the old people, and we had to help them like get down from their rooms and down into the common areas, and we had to play with them and talk to them, and they tell us crazy stuff. Grandmama said they grab your butt. I know, little nasty grandmamas there. They're like 90-something years old. They're freaky. But she better not ever run for Supreme Court. I'll find you. A little nasty. But as kids, we did that. We had a respect for our elders. We felt sorry for them. We looked out for them. So I can't help to feel sorry for them. You see Trump at the UN speech. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw parts of it, highlights. And he gets in there, and he's supposed to talk about world events. And the first thing he can do is talk about America, how America's getting greater, how his administration is helping things, how China's about to interfere with the next election. He starts off on America needs to stop being a globalist nation and be more patriot and nationalistic. How America should stop telling the world what to do. And then proceed to tell the world what the hell to do. Crazy world we live in. It's insane. It's insane because we are the predators. I can't help to feel sorry for them. I can't. I see old people. I see people that y'all want to elevate as monsters. I don't think they're monsters. I think we're the monsters. We put them there. We keep them there. My God, in my country, they're lining up to put the next ones there. Meanwhile, kids are dying all over this planet. All right, I gotta stop that. That's driving me crazy. But we are the monsters, people. You're like, stop it, I'm going crazy. Who's that? Who was that? Aaron's like, oh, YouTube, stop it. It's crazy. I'm feeling crazy. This is how I feel every day. Every day I feel this way. Every day I look at the international news. I'm like, man, this is just clown world. These are some clowns. And people believe it. They believe it. They believe that these people are normal. You don't murder people if you're normal. You don't send drones and bombs and kill people and starve them. Normal people don't do that. People cheer, we elevate them. The other side calls them monster. They're our favorite monster. But they're worse than monsters. Not worse than monsters, right? Because they have limits. No. They're worse than monsters. The human beings are worse than monsters. Because we're stupid. And stupid is as stupid does. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all know what's happening with, what is this? Y'all know what's happening right now with drug-resistant TB? Let's go to Africa. I want to show y'all something. This is what I'm saying. We're the monsters because we know we're going in the wrong directions, but we keep going. We don't seem to have the ability to pull ourselves and stop. Look at this. Check this out.
Nositembele Qobozani visits tuberculosis patients in Imizamoyetu Township in the Western Cape.
Oh, how are you, my darling?
Nositembele has been treating this patient for 3 months and says she's seen an improvement, but she's worried about contracting the highly infectious disease herself.
Our government or our company must give us something like a medication that we can protect ourselves to get a disease from the patient. Because the patient we are dealing with them, they are having a TB exactly, they are coughing and you can't stop them to cough when we are there. So it's not easy for us.
Nosimo Makoko stopped caring for TB patients when she contracted the disease 2 years ago. She says she's still not fully recovered and can't return to work. TB experts in South Africa say healthcare workers are 3 times more likely to contract TB. And this is worse in overcrowded and under-resourced public hospitals where...
Why is TB blowing up? Why are we having such trouble with our immune system solving problems? Has anybody been tampering with our immune systems? Are we not the world community we used to be? This is what I was thinking about. You know, I think about crazy things. I don't know. Sometimes I just sit back and I just watch. I think you learn by when you just watch. Like, you know, the reason I really believe in the immune system? Not only because it's been here for almost a damn billion years and probably before that, but no. Because once I had a dog and I used to watch the dog. You know how dogs, they do that thing on the carpet and they drag their butts on the carpet? You know what he's doing, right? He's got an itchy butt. And he's using your carpet as toilet paper, or she. And then the kids are just playing on it. And my mind's just going place like, I'm just picturing the dog wiping his butt on the carpet and the humans crawling on the carpet and rubbing the face and the baby and the pacifier put the pacifier back in. The human immune system is an amazing thing. That's a brother you might want on your side. But we walk down this crazy psychopathic path of giving our learned immunities over to, I gotta have some music, hold on, over to pharmaceutical industries. And so instead of taking us down this path of strengthening our immune system and going out and discovering all the different compounds in the plants we used to eat, all the natural medicines that the shaman used to use and the holistic medicine folks use, and building up the immune system, learning about the immune system, continuing on this path of being healers, we've shifted. And we went back down this path, or we went down a path of, if it's not pharmaceutical, it's not good. It's not synthetic, it's not legal. And so our immune systems don't function as they do. I got a theory. I'm gonna put a theory out there. We evolved across this planet as a collective, not competing. The whole world was trying to kill us. We didn't have time to compete with other things that look like us. Everything else was trying to kill us. But one tribe would be exposed to some pathogen, some virus or something. It might kill that tribe. Spreads to the next tribe. Why? Because y'all wasn't bigots. You weren't racist. People weren't colors. They weren't nations. They weren't stupid stuff. They weren't religions. They're just people. Then you married somebody else and y'all shared. The virus came this way. You traded some blankets or something. Somebody got sick, but eventually might have killed the next tribe and the next tribe. But then the next tribe had a child that just had an immune system with the ability to solve the problem. If white blood cells, maybe it's cytotoxic T cells. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to get into the details of all of that. Figured out how to beat the virus. Because y'all wasn't racist and bigots. They had babies and spread around and spread some blankets. I think our immune system has been solving problems since the very beginning. Very beginning. But now we've changed the route of human history. We've decided if it doesn't make big money, if it's not an alien synthetic drug, it's not good. And so instead of Schedule 1ing okra, which I still think they need to, They decide to schedule one to natural medicines that help the body heal. We are going down this psychopathic path. We are the monsters. We are the monsters. That's what Alien Jesus said. He said, stupid is as stupid does. We do stupid things and we keep supporting them. We see these stars going psychopathic. We see the young football and basketball kids at the age of 19 having the power of gods because they can shoot a basket, because they can kick a ball, because they can hit a ball. Adults worshiping them. What if at the age of 19, the age of 20, you're not supposed to have adults worshiping you? What if you're not? What if you're not supposed to have Nike giving you shoe deals? What if it makes you a psychopath? What if it causes the problem? What if it makes you a Cosby? What if it gives you that ability to have power? You're this young, what y'all call black man, and all of these women who are supposed to be from another race worshiping you, older than you, going to parties. Rick James getting drunk, getting drugs, and women throwing themselves at you. What if that's not supposed to happen? What if as adults we're supposed to say that's not the society that we need to live in? That's going to make a monster, and then it's going to give that monster the power of a god, the millions, if not billions of dollars to do anything they want to do. We are the monsters. We are the monsters, but it makes us feel good. Call everybody else monsters. Makes us feel good to point. We know where this world is going. Was it Google? A few years ago, was not a few years, a few months ago. One of the biggest superpowers in the world. No, I don't call nations superpowers. Nations are insignificant. Corporations are significant. Corporations are everything. They have all the superpowers. The nations are just for poor people. They say politics are just for poor people who don't know how the world works. Google removed their tagline, right? When they first came out, their logo said, "Don't be evil." Don't be evil. What is evil? Is a monster evil? Hold on, let me switch my monster. See if I got another monster. I got another monster here. What's evil? I don't even know what kind of dinosaur that is. We got dinosaurs there, somebody. That's not Loch Ness. That's not Nessie. But that's a mean one. That's a bad bastard. The great white shark is a monster. Then that monster gets eaten by another monster. Not because he's evil, because he just has a bigger belly. That's all. Bigger belly. Deeper hunger pains. Poor creatures murder other creatures. Like poor humans murder other humans. Usually they're poor. And that's what was happening to the Palestinians right now. Why are they starving them? Why did they shut off UNRWA? Because they need them to be poorer. They need to be more hungry. And when you starve them more, they'll start murdering each other. They'll start killing each other. They'll start taking what each other has. They'll start stealing from each other. You can destabilize them. If you can make people poor, powerless, and weak, you can rule them. We are the monsters. We see where this is going. We know exactly where this is going. And as monstrous as Loch Ness is, the coelacanth. Oh, no, he's not a coelacanth. Damn it, what is he? Somebody tell me what he is. All right, forget it. Somebody posted. But they have limits. The real evil, don't be evil, is having a bank account. That's the real evil. Because then you can look the other way and not give a damn how many get murdered, how many get killed, how many are being starved. You don't even have to pay attention because you got a retirement that you got to build up. You're not worried about Cosby. You're not worried about all the women he raped. You could care less. It just makes you feel good to point at him and say he's the problem. We're safe now. Are we? We're safe? Little girls around this world are safe now because Cosby's in jail. Really? You think that's how the world works? Little girls are safe now because Weinstein is in prison. Isn't Weinstein? Y'all put him in yet? Spacey, any of these monsters? Monsters. And yet we keep the monstrous psychopathic monetary systems that make them. We keep the same greed-based societies where adults worship children because they can kick a ball, they can make some funny jokes. It's never that way. Never used to be that way. Kids respected their elders. They didn't tell their elders where to get off. They didn't drive these fancy cars and have bigger houses and greedier, more powerful, king-like, prince-like lifestyles over the elders who were homeless on the street, veterans. We have a sick, upside-down world. We are the monsters. We are the monsters. We can't stop doing monstrous things. Why are people talking about jobs? Jobs, jobs. Get all the poor people talking about jobs. So they won't think about the food mobs, the coming food mobs. They're coming. They already happen in other countries. They're coming to a country near you too. Why? Because everybody's focused on jobs. They somehow think that we can bring manufacturing jobs back. They somehow think that as technology exponentially outpaces human evolution and sociology, that somehow there's going to be jobs. When robots do it faster, they do it better, they do it quicker. And it's not even, they get better day to day. They exponentially get better and beat human labor out. Human labor is extinct. Human labor is dead. It's gone. They just haven't told you that yet. It's done. It's like I said, you want to catch a fly? You don't ever swing where the fly is. You swing where the fly is going. You want to catch the elite? You want to stop robot labor from replacing human labor? You need to swing where the elite are going, not where they are today. Where they are today, they're talking about monetary systems, because that's what they want you talking about. They talk about jobs because that's what they want you talking about. Other countries, America, always talk about jobs. And then you get into this nationalism thing, right? And so that's part of Trump's thing, where I think he said what he meant and then he read the script, which is why initially he said, I talked about the nationalism. Like I do believe in local economies. You know, like I said, I speak about that all the time. But the issue is nationalism versus globalism. It's all violentism, all of it. It's all based in violence. It's all based in murdering other people and taking what they have. Why? Because it's based on mob mentality. This is my mob. We're a mob. We're going to do this. Say, no, that's just nationalism. No, it's not. What do you think globalism is? Who do you think runs globalism? Corporations. That's what I'm saying. These nations don't exist. It's all about power. If you have power over the people, if your mob is bigger, if your corporation is bigger, if you got more money in the bank, you call the shots. We are the monsters. Sandra said we should be exercising the monsters within daily, every single day, every day. That's what Alien Jesus said, y'all. Said, well, Paul said that, Alien Paul. He said, you gotta die daily to your sins. You gotta die daily to your monsters. Every day, you gotta get up. Look at the evil in your heart. Where is it at? Look at the bigotry in your heart. That's why I come out the closet. I come out more bigot closets every day I can find them. Raised to be a bigot, because if you have a world full of 7 billion bigots, you can make a lot of money. I don't want to be a national bigot. I don't want to be a racial bigot. I don't want to be a religious bigot for good reasons or for bad reasons. It's all for bad reasons at the end. There is no evil-ish. There is no fight other than good versus evil. There's no evil-ish. There's no fight between evil-ish and evil-ish. Okay? It's good versus evil. You're either heading in the right direction or you're not. And we're not. We're not. Not at all. Like I'll post things that we need to stop using the automated checkouts. Yeah, we do. You know, and people, they know me. They come out and they'll reply, but we can't stop automation. I know I said that. And it's true, we can't. I think we can slow it down. I think we can slow it down. I think you not going to the automated checkout sends a message to other people. You telling other people you're not going. When you go shopping with them, it sends a message. For the same reason when we go to the grocery store, you don't use plastic, you get paper. Sends a message to the people you're with. They may not get it right away, but they'll get it in time. Like I was saying the other night, you got to give people time to catch up. Yo, we're all lost in the stupocalypse. We're lost in the bigot-apocalypse. We all were raised to be these fools that we are so they could dominate the world and the main monsters over us, little monsters, could rule. Got to give them time to catch up. But that doesn't mean you can't step out. You got to step out. And that's the thing why I say it takes faith. And people say, oh, he's talking religion. Yeah, faith-based. You don't know what faith is. So get a dictionary. Faith isn't about alien Jesus, alien Muhammad. Faith is about having faith, doing the right thing. Fight the good fight because it's the good fight, not because you think you'll win. It's not about winning. People come hit you with that stuff all the time. That's not realistic. You're not gonna win. The good thing is, I don't live in your reality. You live in a billionaire's reality. You live in a slave mind mentality. You live in a slave, forced labor society, and you believe everything that the news tells you. You believe what your country tells you. Why? Because your country told you it's got to be true, right? If the crowd is louder, so it has to be true. I don't live in that world. I live in a world that you do the right thing because it's the right thing. Doesn't matter who else does it. Doesn't matter, you do it by yourself. Who are the people who actually change this world? It's not the politicians. Politicians never change the world. They sure enough got you worshiping them. People change the world. The Mahatma Gandhis, the Martin Luther Kings, the John Lennons, the people who, the philosophers, the Socrates, the Aristotles, the Platos, they change the world. Politicians don't change the world. Leaders don't change the world. The people who change the world, y'all kill them. The politicians kill them. The Nikola Teslas, they change the world. It's not the politicians. So why are you worshiping the politicians? Why are you worshiping the monsters? Because we are the monsters. Like sticks to like. People understand the monsters. They want to be the monsters. Because they are the monsters. They just want to push the buttons. They want to be the ones who decide who lives and dies. I don't think that's a good idea. Brenda said the FBI, you know, we are the FBI. Everything they do, we do. I joke and laugh with it all the time. CIA, FBI, all of these monsters. But we are the monsters. We just do things that they do on a smaller scale. Do we not on a social scale? And hopefully a lot of us don't murder people. Like that goes to a degree. But philosophically, we do the same things. And that's why it gets done. You know what I was thinking about the other day, Brenda? I was thinking about racial profiling. Get the police! Racial profilers! Immigrant profilers! Can you actually have police that don't racial profile in a nation full of people that all they do is racially profile each other? Can you? How does that work? How does that work? We are the monsters. If we believe in race, the police will believe in race. If we talk about race all the time, we don't chastise people for coloring people, then they're not going to chastise people. They're going to make decisions based on that because that becomes a reality of our society. We are the monsters. Why do black lives have to matter? Because you keep talking about black this. You think you're black. You think other people are black. Why do white lives have to matter? Because you think you're white and you call other people white. We are the monsters. We support all the nonsense in the psychopolis. New word, psychopolis. It's not an apocalypse, it's a psychopolis. This crazy, crazy world where we're the monsters and we feel good blaming other people, solving the problems of the world in other people's mirrors, and not in our own. We support these ideas of putting kids in prisons. We support these ideas. Just thinking about the other day, I was thinking about scientific ignorance. Ignorance. People with religion already, he's talking science. That's the enemy. No, you're stupid. Stupid as a stupid does. Whatever your God is, it's definitely a scientist. No question about it. Because how do you make all this if you're not a scientist? That might be in a science you don't understand. It might be quantum physics, might be energy, might be something that you don't get, which is okay. It's good to be stupid. It's good to admit that you're stupid. It's good to admit that you don't know every damn thing. But it's scientific ignorance is what's gotten us here. The prison system. We know these kids don't have frontal lobes. We know they're under 26. So why do we allow the political parties, the laws, to continue to put children in prison? They call it a prison industrial complex because we don't want to be real about our monstrous beliefs. It is a child prison industrial complex. That's what it is. Because the vast majority start as children. They start before they've got human brains. They start before their brain is actually capable of complex decision making before they got a frontal lobe. That's why I think it's insanity. We are the monsters. But they convince you Trump is a monster. They convince you Obama's the monster. So you pick a bigger monster to go after the other monsters. But we are the monsters. We believe in these things and we support these things and we're okay with these things. It's not a child, it's not a person who should be put in any prison anywhere under 26. Now we got to protect the population, don't get me wrong. You can't let the Cosbys run free. But you got to be smart enough to not just focus on what you call justice to the monsters and look at the monster in all of us. None of it should have happened. The first lady should have come forward, or the second lady, or the third, or the fourth. My God, were there 50 of them? Why didn't they come forward? Think about it. Some of them perhaps because they know they wouldn't be believed. Why do they think they wouldn't be believed? Us, we are the monsters. The ones who didn't come forward because they worshiped him. Back then, they didn't worship him now. Maybe they were kids. Maybe they didn't understand. They didn't have frontal lobes. But we allow this to continue as a society. We are the monsters. Willful ignorance in the presence of knowledge is the measure of a bad person. Mark Passio. Thank you, Crystal. Willful ignorance of us being monsters, in the presence of knowledge, scientific ignorance, social ignorance. Everybody's a genius on the internet. You ever notice that? Everybody knows everything. Everything. Half the time I think my friends watch me because I say I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I just sit back and I listen to people who actually did work in the areas that the work needs to be done. And I'm saying, listen to those people. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a neuroscientist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an immunologist. Is an immunologist a thing? Did I just make that up? I'm not any of those things. I'm just a guy. I might have one ability. I'm an analyst. I did that for a long time. And I just look at things and I'm analyzing our society. I'm like, wow, how do we not see this? How do we not know stupid is as stupid does? Why are we lost in this hubris apocalypse? Huprocalypse, new word, hupocalypse. Where hubris runs everything, from big pharma to everything we do. Going to the Tiny House Festival. Thank you, Deborah. Everybody should be at the Tiny House Festival. How's that related? Live within your means. Human means. You don't need 500 million acres. How big is that? The biggest ranch in the world owned in Texas? Well, I think that's probably the biggest ranch in the world. It's got to be owned by somebody from like the United Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia. Has to be. Yeah, and it's permanently stalls their growth being raised in a prison. Very sad. Lisa, it's beyond sad from YouTube. It's beyond sad. These kids never had a choice. These kids never had a chance. These kids were raised in some of the most impoverished conditions in the world. And they made survival choices. They listened to their DNA. What does their DNA tell them? Their DNA tells them that you must eat. That means you got to steal to eat. Police don't like stealing. Shopkeepers don't like stealing. They got guns. It's a very simple path. Then you got adults who know better. Look at them and call them monsters. Kid gets led into a life, joins a gang, realizes that he can buy more bread selling drugs than stealing newspapers. And we're supposed to know better. We're supposed to do better. We're the monsters. We can look at them and blame them. And then they get thrown into these prison systems. And that's when you can make a real monster. Oh my God, can you? Some of them survive. Some of them come out. And they realize that the adults of the world have turned on them. They realize the adults of the world are the ignorant ones to be fearful of. Those are the real problem, the real monsters. They educate themselves. Others, they become real predators. And you release those real human predators in a world where you have bank accounts. And they proceed to do what they need to do. And as scary as that is, Lisa R., nowhere near what political parties do. Nowhere near. Nowhere near what our favorite politicians do. The ones everybody loves and worships. They murder like nobody's business. To no end. No end. There's no way we can tell the amount of human beings that have been murdered, raped, and destroyed around this planet, starved to death by the popular political parties, because there are betters. And they make us feel good about ourselves. They tell us who the monsters are. And you find it interesting that the monster is never them. You find it interesting that they never apologize. Because they can convince people to go down this bigoted road, believe in this bigoted world, where it's okay to live outside your means. You need a lot more than a tiny house. It's good to live in a mansion. Republican Jesus wants you to have a mansion. Republican Jesus wants you to have, Democrat Jesus too, wants you to have a BMW and a Benz. Prospering is important. We're supposed to be competitive. Meanwhile, everything that the real Jesus said was don't compete with people. Just give everything that you have to other people. People are lost in this nonsense. Running away and hiding from all the monsters. Yes, Sandra, and that's not a solution either. We run away, we empower the monsters. We have to speak about monsters. Abuse their whole life. Yes, Lori, abuse their whole life. And then they abuse. And then they're the monsters. They're not the monsters. We are the monsters. Because we know better. We can read, write. We act like we can't. We act like we don't know this. Some people's lives are just tragic from day one. Yes, Lori, some people's lives are unimaginably tragic from day one. Some little kids' lives end on day one. And they listen to their survival genes. They do what they're supposed to live. But somehow they're the monsters. People were better than this. We're smarter than this. We can read and write. We can stand on our own too, but I think you got to get in tap with something a little deeper than trying to win. Stop winning. Cedar from YouTube said it's divide and conquer. Yes. Because we feel there's something we got to win, Cedar. What do we have to win? Why do we always have to win something? Why is enough not enough? Some group always convinces you to join up with them so you can win. Are we winning? Is the human race winning? Anybody see some winnings anywhere? I don't see the human race winning. I see GDP going up all around the world. But I don't see it going to human beings. Every now and then, though, we have a good win. We have a little win. I think it was a win with Google. They took "don't be evil" out of their mission statement. But then enough human beings who work for Google stood up and said, y'all are crazy. I quit. When they established that contract with the Pentagon, the military-industrial complex, people just signed up to Google to work on a search engine to try to make their world better, and greed and power and a psychopathic system that is Google, because it's not a person, it's a system. It decided it can make more money if it says, we can get rid of this evil thing. We can make targeting systems for drones to help them murder people better, faster, more efficient. Google backed out of that. They didn't back immediately. They got to stay with them till 2019. But they said they're going to back away from it. I suppose they will. We might have little wins. We don't have big wins. We got little ones. Because people aren't waking up fast enough. Natasha says she's grateful that I'm turning up in her life. No, Natasha, I'm grateful that you turned up in my life. I'm grateful that all of you have turned up in my life, because this is what's keeping me from going crazy. This stuff is insane. But you get hope in realizing other people see it too, that it's not just you. That's why I think the world is different, Natasha. I think the world changed. We got this internet thing. The whole world changed. No, not so you can look at pornography, dummy. Think the whole world changed because you can talk to people around the world and realize what the monsters are doing. You realize that the monsters around the world all have the same theme. Make the people monsters, keep them monstrous, keep them divided, keep them fighting, and the monsters win. We're not monsters. It's not us. It's never been us. We're not violent. We've never been violent. We might be stupid. We might be gaslit. We might be Trump lit. We might be Obama lit. We might be left lit, right lit. We might be lit in a lot of ways. But we're not monsters. And I think that's why it's powerful to think about human rights, to think about human life. Because when you have conversations from a human life perspective, it's easy. Nothing's political. None of it's political. Politics is just that's that division scheme. Get people confused. When you talk about human rights and human life, that you shouldn't be starving little kids in Yemen, it quiets people down. I want to show you something. Because I have to. I have to. There's some things a little rough to see, other things that you have to see.
Havenly brings you quick, fast, professional.
And it's not Havenly. I don't know what the heck that is. Anytime you want to start a political discussion with me, understand the first thing I'm going to ask you. Do you support that? That's a 2-year-old. Do you support that, doing that to that baby? If you do, then we're not talking politics. Did you vote for that? Did your political party do that? They did. We have nothing to talk about. You need to go find a whole bunch of monsters in your mirror. I don't want to go to the end. I want to listen to the mom. Listen to the end.
You could see all of her bones.
It's important. It's important. It's real important for you to know the end results of stupid is as stupid does, and the people who still support this in their political parties. Watch this. But just listen to her explain how the little girl who was weighed in a bucket died.
Her feet were swollen, but on the rest of her body, you could see all of her bones. The swollen areas grew bigger, but hours before her death, the swelling disappeared, and she returned to skin and bone.
Hours before she died, the swelling went away. Almost like she had a little bit of peace towards the end. And then she died. That's why I keep going back to this little girl. It's important. It's very important. It's always important to know that if your world ever gets to a place, politics, you're weighing little children in buckets because you're starving them to death. It's not the Houthis that are starving them. It's us. It's not the Houthis. We did that. Proudly, many of us. Proudly. We are the monsters. And they want you to vote for more of that. That's why nobody's going to knock on my door, come talk to me about some politics, because I don't have time for your politics. You need to find your humanity. We did that. Why? Are the Houthis good? I don't know. I know nothing about that. I know the Houthis live there. I don't. You don't. And we're starving these people to death because we want to put a government back in that we bless. There's nothing more evil than that. Nothing more evil than that. We are the monsters. We. But you can't let people have conversations with you like they're sentient. That's not sentient activity. The monsters only eat for food. They have limits to what they will go. These political people, they have no limits. No limits. They have no hearts. All right, that's strong. That's strong. They got hearts. They just don't have any warm blood. Got to warm that blood up a little bit. Got to turn the fire up a little bit. How do you do that? You speak honest. You speak honest with people when they say things. Someone said we are the wealthiest nation. We are not, is all I say, Sandy, and we're not. We are one of the poorest nations. We're bankrupt. Our people are bankrupt. Americans are starving. Americans starve to death too. Kids starve on the street all the time. Starving in the trailer park, starving in the barrios, starving in the ghetto. We're not, and we're morally bankrupt too. We're ethically bankrupt. We are humanly bankrupt. Our humanity is bankrupt. Not everybody, but enough of the bodies. Enough of the bodies that can make a difference. We got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. And why is all of this happening? Because they've convinced you into globalism. They've convinced you into the nationalism mob. They convinced you into all of these mobs. And they never get to where they say they're going. You ever notice that? You ever notice that? In my country, and I don't like to talk about America. To me, when I say I'm a citizen of the world, a citizen of humanity, I am. But I live in America, so I give more of a perspective of what I see, and I listen to your perspective. In my country, we have Democrats, and yet no democracy. Been running the thing for a long time. No democracy. Our country, we got Republicans and no republic. We used to be. Because they fool you. They're good. They're good. They know how to lie to you. They always form it the way you want to see it. And people go along with it. We can fix it. We can fix it. Just gotta grow your heart. That's it. Just gotta warm that blood up a little bit. We can fix all of this. It is sickening. Age of Crocodilla from YouTube. It is sickening. But it's also, it's hope bringing. It's hope bringing. If we didn't cause it, if our ignorance didn't keep it propped up, it would definitely bring about a feeling of destitution. But I don't have a feeling of destitution. Sandra Weiss, today's talk is a little depressing. No, it's not depressing. Well, you know what? I'm not depressed, Sandra. Let me tell you why. Because the fix is easy. The fix is easy, and waking up people is the easiest thing we got going. If we were lying like they were, if we were bigots like they were, joining sides in this, it would be hard. It's hard to convince people when what you're given is a lie. It's hard to convince people of a lie or something you don't have evidence of. That's a fight, that's a battle, that's a debate. We've come far enough in this world where our scientists and behavioral scientists and neurologists and immunologists and biologists have enough research done. The poor ones, not the wealthy ones, not the ones in the big houses working for the monsters and the corporations, but there's enough that shows us what the facts are. And the great thing, Sandra, about the facts is, and about today, you don't have to defend them. They're just facts. Like it's nothing we need to do. Is there any disease on this planet that the human immune system hasn't resolved? Probably not. Otherwise, we'd have died out a long time ago. It's how the world works. All these different tribal communities sharing DNA, fighting the monster, the micro monsters. It's just a fact. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to fight about. So why do people get sick? Because they're not eating what they're supposed to. They're not living the lives they're supposed to. Damn it, they're not getting out in the sun. I don't have any D3 in me anywhere right now. I'm deficient. I should be depressed. I should be. There's been no sun in Pennsylvania, and shoot, sun came out for like 3 seconds yesterday. But the truth doesn't need a fight. That's the great thing about today. That's what I love about today. That's why I'm not depressed. All you have to do is send the fact. All you got to do is say the fact, and you're done. If they're serious about like fixing the world, if they got any warm human blood in them, they'll look it up. They'll click the link. They'll check it out. Now you tell someone and they don't look it up. You tell them that, you know what? The Houthis aren't the ones starving everybody. Saudi Arabia shut down the ports. They're murdering all these people backed by US, France, Germany. They can look it up, but they don't. Nah, some do, some don't. Some will click, some won't. Some will try to debate you, but you just walk away. But that's the good thing about today, why I don't get depressed, because you don't have to. If the person actually means well, if the person actually wants to do well, they'll look it up. They'll check it out. They'll come in, you know who they are, they'll come back to you. I can't tell you the amount of brothers on here I got who they looked at me at first and they're like, oh my gosh, he's brown. He's a leftist and he's this and he's a Democrat and he's blah, 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 blah. He's whatever. And the others like, no, he doesn't like Obama. He must, something wrong with him. He must not like his own skin, whatever. And I just laugh at it like, yeah, okay, that's who I am. Keep paying attention. And there are people who probably still believe that. That's okay. There are people who are serious and then there are people who are disingenuous. There are people who just want to win. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about themselves, their kids, or anything else. They're just trying to shove all that money in the bank account because they're a slave. Captives will get it. You know, Sandra, that's why I don't let it get you depressed. Don't ever. Just keep the facts. We take your facts. You just get a big fact book. Just keep stuffing them in. Keep stuffing them in. Watch these live streamers. Listen to the people who watch the live streams. Look at what they post. When they post those links, click the links. Just start packing facts everywhere you can so you understand what's going on in the world. So when that moment comes up, you just need to drop a fact in the conversation, you go ahead and drop your fact and walk away. That might be your only job on this planet. I think we all have jobs. I think we all got to serve a purpose and we all fulfill our role. UN is uncaring banking network with great talks. Yeah, the UN, Mark. The UN is not united in nations. I don't know, maybe it is united in nations, but the UN, they'll give us a little nuggets. They'll give us little nuggets of good things. They'll give us little nuggets of what's going on. But for the most part, they're a useless organization. They don't stand up for human beings. They don't stand up for human rights. The nations, they don't stand up for their citizens. The globalists don't stand up for the globe. Sellouts. The Democrats don't believe in democracy. The Republicans don't believe in the republic, right? The patriots, oh my God, they're like patriots to corporations now. Everybody's so lost. That's why the only way you win is you just accept the truth and you just back away from all the tribalism. When you back away from all the tribalism, life gets real easy. It's good. That's why I smile in the morning, Sandra, because it's not hard. It is so easy when you're not beholden and lying for another group. When you let go of your bigotry and you just accept the facts for what they are, life is easy. The facts, it's like the chips. When you say things that are truthful, it doesn't matter where the chips fall. The chips fall where they're supposed to. Now, when you're trying to guide those chips because you want the chips to land on your side, your lying side, or your lying bigotry group, your lying bigotry race, or your lying bigotry religion and nation, then you got a problem because it's hard to make the chips fall in untruthful spots. When you're willing to go where the chips are supposed to fall and let this world go the way it's supposed to, us evolving to nobody having power over one another, then we're good to go. And you don't have to worry about me schedule wanting okra. I schedule one. Oh shoot, I get in that spot. Y'all make me grand leader of the whole earth and the universe. Oh man, it won't be no okra growing anywhere on this planet. I ban okra seeds. I ban okra juice. Okra. You want to be no okra cookies? No okra brownies? No okra edibles? You don't have no okra. Because I wouldn't want to smell it. But who am I? Why in the hell would I have the right to ban something that makes you feel good? Because it makes me feel bad. I evolved in a place where okra tastes like snot. You didn't. You evolved in a place where okra's supposed to be good. Let me have my beliefs. You know what I mean? People, I got attacked last. All right, I'm not gonna talk about that. I get in trouble. It's the okra people here. Y'all that came for me. Nobody got my back. They're like, nah, it's them okra, them thugs deep. I had to go to sleep. I just logged out. I went to sleep. They made me feel so bad. I was like, all I said is I don't like okra. That's it. I don't like okra. I don't. I'm not gonna like it. I know it helps your immune system. I know it helps with diabetes. Helps with all these other natural. I get it. Give me diabetes. I take 2. I'll take 2. I'll fight my diabetes in another way. I just won't eat sugar, but I ain't eat no damn okra. It came for me. But that's the danger of this group stuff. All right. The danger of getting monsters in groups. I can ally up with my anti-okra monsters. Keep okra from the world. A plant that evolved on this planet so that everybody could utilize it. Just because it doesn't work right with my microbiology and millions of cells makes me want to vomit, makes me just poop and just means I'm not supposed to eat it. I'm supposed to listen to my body. I listen to my body. My body says, don't put that mess anywhere near my mouth. You want to put it in your mouth? That's up to you. You want to use cannabis? That's up to you. You want to use cocaine that is medicinal? That's up to you. Stop telling other people what to do. Stop telling other people how to live. Stop. You know, the same thought process behind why Bill Cosby felt the right to rape women. It's the same philosophy, the same mentality behind people who think a DEA can schedule drugs and keep them out of yours. It's the same plants. I don't call them drugs, I call them plants. It's the same mentality of the mob having rights over you. It's the same mentality of what they're doing to Yemen. We have a right to tell you how to live. We have a right to tell you who will be your government. We have a right to tell you who your leader is instead of you being a free human being and self-determinate. Same mentality. It's the mentality of a raper. It's the mentality of an abuser. The mentality of someone who will tell you what to do with your body. Yeah, and that was a swing for abortion. It was a swing in that direction. You telling other people what to do within their own bodies. That's why Alien Jesus gave free will. Always gave out free will. Because he didn't want you to be ignorant. To think that you can take away somebody else's free will because you got more guns, you got more tanks, you got more drones, you got more knives and more people in your mob, you got more votes. So now it's okay to take away somebody else's rights, something that makes them feel good. Put okra in a pill and give it to them. All right, so anyway, it's a thought process, people. That's all it is. It's a thought process. We got to think through these things. We got to live on this planet together. We don't get to make it if we can't figure out how to leave each other alone, let each other be. Stop telling each other how to live. Stop telling each other where to live. Stop supporting politicians and leaders that do the same. Slavery is alive and active and well. Psychopathy, we're manufacturing it like it's a product. Manufacturing scarcity, manufacturing immigration, destroying homes, destroying everything, promoting greed, these Jeremy Corbins, and we are the monsters. Because we can stop it and we don't. Mexican, the new elected government. I remember the 43 kids that the government, the police kidnapped with the gangs. Where are those kids at? We are the monsters. Why in the hell didn't everybody in Mexico stand up and force them to release those kids, or at least let us know what happened to them? Because we are the monsters. We support this. We make the Cosbys, we make the Weinsteins, we make the drug lords, we make the cartels, we make the DEAs, we go along with the CIAs, we go along with the FBIs, we go along with the destruction of our planet. Because it makes us feel better to look in somebody else's mirror and call them a monster and something we support. I bought the CDs, I bought the Cosby DVDs, I bought the Cosby CDs. I voted as a Democrat before. I voted as a Republican before. I supported all of it. I didn't understand that, and I didn't know. And now I realize I'm not supposed to be a monster. I'm not supposed to be monstrous. I'm not supposed to tell anybody what to do. I'm not supposed to tell who can have guns and who can't have guns. I'm not supposed to say anything about, well, I'm not paying for your health care, and maybe you don't have to pay for the health care, but I don't want you to die. And if it's health care that you need, then that's what I want you to have. If it's cannabis that you need to live out to the rest of your life free of pain, that's what I want you to have. It's not our place to be monsters. I think when you stop wanting to be a monster, it gets easy, very easy. You know, they found another lady with the Kavanaugh thing. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. You know, listen. Now, this one actually sounds kind of bad. This one says that he and another woman were having parties where they would drug people and rape them or something like that. You know, but you don't have to go through the details of that. Your neuroscientists already figured it out for you. All you got to say is brain scan Kavanaugh. Stop asking questions. Stop digging back in the records and brain scan the guy. The guy obviously probably needs help. If he was sick back then, he's sick now. But it's all a distraction. A distraction. I'm not interested in it. I don't really care nothing about it. I don't. Why? Because even though Trump is now starting to wafer on him, talking about turning his back on Kavanaugh, it's just not anything to me. If the people who like the man and they want him to be on the Supreme Court, and the people who hate the man and don't want him to be on the Supreme Court have to look 35 years into his past to find out as a child that he was abusing other children before he had a frontal lobe, that he was making bad decisions, then I think you're stupid. Because those are the same people who are dropping bombs on children every day. More than 20 bombs a day. They're just bombing children, bodies burying under all types of boulders. Then you mean to tell me you give a damn about some little girls from 35 years ago? If you are bombing children, I have no interest on your philosophies on who else is bad to children. I don't, on either side. So to me, I have no interest in the whole Kavanaugh thing. I don't. Brain scan the guy, get the guy some help. Change the society so we stop making Kavanaughs. Figure out where he came from. Stop voting for the people bombing children, empowering them to dictate what's okay to do to children. That's what you do. Stop being a monster, because we are the monsters. Anyway, I got to get going. Last comment, I'm going to run. Doesn't the World Bank decide the peacekeepers, where they go and what they do? I think they do. I think they do, Aaron, on YouTube. It's possible. I mean, I know money decides everything. That's why it doesn't matter. The Supreme Court doesn't matter. Britain doesn't matter. Germany doesn't matter. America doesn't matter. Republicans, Democrats, left, right. None of that actually matters. All that matters is who prints the money. Who prints the money makes all the decisions. They decide where the war is, where there will be war, where there will be peace, where there will be genocide, and where there won't. That's just the sad fact. And nations aren't real. They don't exist. The only thing that exists is money and power. And money and power will tell your nation where to go, where to get off, and it doesn't matter who you vote for and put in office. Money is the most powerful thing on this planet. It doesn't give a damn about what you think about Kavanaugh. It doesn't give a damn about what he did, and it doesn't give a damn about what the politicians do with their bombs. Money decides it because we keep money around. That's why it is going away anyway, but we need to make it go away faster. There's money, globalism, and nationalism. They don't care anything about humanism, and you're human. So this is Gerard. I gotta go. Love y'all to death. Y'all have a wonderful day now.